In the late 19th century, as economic and social conditions deteriorated in Italy, hundreds of thousands of its people flocked to these shores in hopes of starting new lives for themselves and the families they left behind.
On this 10th day of June, 1940, the hand that held the dagger has struck it into the back of its neighbor. The government of Italy has now chosen to preserve what it terms its freedom of action, and to fulfill what it states are its promises to Germany.
In Gino Merli's generation, they knew what the common objective was, and they set out to achieve it.
Ironically, on the home front, as thousands volunteered time, labor, blood, and money, a different war was waging. An insidious thread of paranoia began to weave its way into this already curious tapestry.
Cosa ho fatto perché io non siamo nemici.
I want to go in and search the house or residence of every alien right now. We can't fool around.
Cosa ho fatto perché io non siamo nemici.
When the United States finally entered the war, a number of President Roosevelt's closest advisors vigorously urged him to respond swiftly to the presence of non-naturalized Japanese, Germans, and Italians. In spite of, or perhaps as a result of, its ethnic diversity, Vineland, New Jersey had a strong Ku Klux Klan presence in the 1920s. Bankers, lawyers, political bosses, and the police force all had a rather large number of Klan loyalists. What they feared most was the growing number of Italians who were moving into the south side of Vineland. On a May night in 1923, they determined to burn a cross at a speakeasy in the section called Guineatown. The lawyers and businessmen who paraded down Cherry Street in their hoods and robes were no match for the muscular farm workers. After a tip-off warned them of the KKK's intentions, a number of men ambushed the Klan and dispatched them in short order. The next day, an unusual number of Vineland attorneys, business leaders, and politicians were sporting bandages, slings, and bruises, claiming a curious epidemic of unfortunate accidents. Essentially, this marked the end of the Ku Klux Klan in Vineland. On February 19, 1976, Gerald Ford's speech, An American Promise, officially rescinded Executive Order 9066 after 34 years. On November 7th, 2000, President Clinton quietly, without fanfare, signed the Wartime Violation of Italian-American Civil Liberties Act. However, the ink of a president's pen, in and of itself, does not heal. For Italian Americans, it has taken determination, uncommon passion, and calloused hands that have reached down from generation to generation.